bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up.
He's the one that brings down to the grave, and he's the one that brings up. He's the one that brings a newborn baby in. That's the Most High God at work. Read.
Jeremiah 17, verse 18. Let them be confounded that persecute me.
He said, let all of you be confounded that persecute us. This is what the Most High God says. You guys are going to be confounded in a minute for all your wicked ways here. Read.
But let not me be confounded.
But we're not going to be confounded, because we're going with what saith the Most High God. We're not going to tell you no guile. We're not going to tell you no lies or deceit. We're going to tell you what saith the Most High God, and that's all you're going to get. Read.
Let them be dismayed, but let not me be dismayed.
And we're not going to be dismayed, and we're not confused. We understand what God is saying. We're not confused about any of this, but you guys are confused about it. Because if you guys understood what the Most High said, you would stop doing all of this wickedness here. Read.
Bring upon them the day of evil and destroy them with double destruction.
Go ahead. And he's going to bring evil and with a double destruction. This is what the Most High God said he's going to do to all the wicked people here. See, we're not saying a thing. The Most High God is doing all the saying here.
Jeremiah 16, verse 18. And first I'll recompense their iniquity and their sin double, because they have defiled my land. They have filled mine inheritance with the carcasses of their detestable and abominable things.
He knows about all these abominations. He knows about it and all these detestable things. And nobody's going unpunished for what they've done here in this body. I can guarantee you that, because the Most High doesn't lie. Christ came into this world to give testimony of the truth. And that's to be true to God. There was no guile in his mouth. Read.
Revelation 18, verse 4. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
Well, now he's talking about his people. He said, come out of this place. He's not talking about packing up and moving. He said, come out of all their wicked ways. Stop doing these pagan days. Quit eating the crab, shrimp, and lobster. He said to quit doing these things and do the laws, statutes, and commandments that he gave us from the foundation of the world. This is what he's saying, to stop doing all this wickedness. Read.
That you be not partakers of her sins.
So you don't be partakers of this place's sin, because this place is going to get a judgment. They're getting ready to get a judgment from the Most High God for all this wickedness they're doing here. Read.
And that ye receive not of her plagues.
And that plague, we'll bring that plague. Let's go to Revelations. You in? Go ahead.
For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquity.
And God has remembered this place's iniquities. And let's see what the prophet Zechariah said about the plagues. Zechariah, after this.
Reward her, even as she rewarded you.
The Most High is going to reward this place how you guys have rewarded us. You're going to get that same cup that you've passed to us. You're getting double, the Most High God said. Read.
And double unto her, double according to her works.
He said he's going to double unto you according to your works. This is what he said he's going to do.
In the cup which she hath filled to her double.
Now go to Zechariah. Now let's see what this plague is that he was talking about with John the Revelator in Revelations. Let's see what the plague is.
Zechariah 5.
Is it 9? Their eyes have melted.
Zechariah 5, verse 1. Then I turned and lifted up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, what seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits.
And this is the chariots of the Lord. That's what this is talking about, the chariots of the Lord. Go ahead.
Then said he unto me, this is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off, as on this side, according to it. Everybody that's been stealing people and stealing lands and stealing their resources, the Most High God says you're going to be cut off. Read. And everyone that swears shall be cut off, as on that side, according to it. And all those people that like to lie falsely, always telling lies all the time, you're going to get cut off too, because Christ was about the truth. He came into this world to give testimony of the truth. And you guys, anybody that's a liar, you're getting cut off. Read. I'll bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief. And that's why Christ said, the thief cometh not, but for to steal, kill, and destroy. But I have come that they may have life,
in all its fullness. This is why Christ came, for us to have life. He didn't come for people to just kill. He didn't come. He actually said, thou shalt not kill from the foundation of the world. But you guys love to kill everybody, and they're going to pay the price for this. Read.
And into the house of him that sweareth falsely.
And all the ones that like to tell lies, he's coming after you liars. It's just a matter of time. Read.
By my name. And it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof.
And he's going to consume this place. This place is going to be burned up with that nuclear fire. This is how this place is going down with those ICBM missiles. This is how you're going to get that judgment for touching the apple of God's eyes. Go ahead.
Isaiah 27 verse 11. When the bows thereof are withered, they shall be broken off. The women come and set them on fire, for it is a people of no understanding.
God says you guys are a people of no understanding, because if you had any understanding, you wouldn't be doing all this wickedness in this society. This is the Lord's Sabbath day. He said to remember the Sabbath and keep it holy. But you out here all this buy, selling, and trading. You're going to get punished for this. Read.
Therefore he that hath made them will not have mercy on them, and he that hath formed them will shew them no favor.
He's not going to show the wicked no favor on that day. You're going to be crying on him, but he's not going to hear you. John 9 and 31 real quick, then go to that. Let's see. Because he doesn't listen to no sinners. Let's see if he said this himself.
John 9 verse 31. Now we know that God hears not sinners.
We know that God doesn't hear no sinners. Read.
But if any man be a worshiper of God and doeth his will, him he heareth.
And this is what you got to be doing. You got to be doing God's will. Those are the ones that God hears. He doesn't listen to no sinners. He actually hates all the sinners. Read.
Sirach 20 verse 10. There is a gift that shall not profit thee, and there is a gift whose recompense is double.
And you're going to get that double portion of the cup that you've given us. This is what the Most High God says. You're going to get a recompense for what you've done to God's holy people. And that God has this in the Bible, how you guys abhor those that speak up rightly. Go to Amos 5. Let's see if that's not in the Bible, how you hate the ones that speak up rightly. What you're doing, you're just fulfilling prophecy. Read.
Amos 5 verse 10. They hate him that rebuketh in the gate.
You guys hate the ones that rebuketh in the gate. Read.
And they abhor him that speaketh uprightly.
And you abhor the people. You despise and hate the people that speak uprightly. So what you're doing, you're just fulfilling the prophecy. Because God already knows how you guys feel about him. You guys hated him. This is why you put him on the cross. You hated Christ. Read.
Galatians 4 verse 16. Am I therefore become your enemy because I tell you the truth?
Now we become your enemies because we tell you the truth. Now we're everybody's enemy because we're out here telling the truth. Christ came into this world to give testimony of the truth. And that's to be true to God. Read.
John 8 verse 45. And because I tell you the truth, ye believe me not.
And you guys don't want to believe this. But we're coming right out of the Holy Scriptures. And you still don't want, and they didn't want to believe it when Christ was here in the body either. You didn't want to believe him. You guys didn't want to believe it then. Read.
Romans 3 verse 1. What advantage then hath the Jew?
So what advantage is it for being a Jew? What advantage do we have for being a Jew? Read.
Or what profit is there of circumcision?
What profit is there of circumcision? Read.
Much every way, chiefly because that unto them were committed the oracles of God.
Because we've got the oracles of God through Moses on Mount Sinai and Horeb. This is the advantage. We got those oracles from Moses on Mount Sinai and Horeb. This is why we have the advantage, and we got that blessing in that covenant that he made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And that covenant's not going to change because you guys don't like it. Read.
For what if some did not believe?
That's why he said, what if some of you don't believe this? Because we already knew you guys weren't going to believe it. Read.
Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect?
He says that unbelief is not going to change a thing. Go ahead.
God forbid.
He said, no, it's not going to change a thing. Everything he said is still going to come to pass because he declares the end from the beginning, and his counsel is going to stand, whether you guys believe this or not. Read.
Yeah, let God be true.
And God is going to stand true because he hates liars. Read.
But every man a liar.
Every man and woman here is going to be found liars, saith the Most High God. This is coming right out of his own mouth.
I agree.
Go ahead.
As it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged.
And we are going to be justified in our sins because we're not going with our sins. We're going with what saith the Most High God. That's why we're going to be justified. But everybody here is going to be found liars. And we're not saying anything that's not in the Bible. Everything we're going to bring out is in the Bible. You got a question, ma'am? What is it? He wants to come out. What is he? What is he? He's a Christian. Is he a what is he though? What's his nationality? Huh? Well, we're out here just for the lost sheep of the tribe of Israel. That's what we come out to talk to. I mean, a lot of people come up in here. We're trying to wake up our people. So as far as them coming with us, you can come and join us. We're out here trying to. Yeah, we'll bring it out too.
Ezra 4 verse 3, but Zerubbabel and Joshua and the rest of the chief of the fathers of Israel said unto them, ye have nothing to do with us.
This is a covenant that he made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. But this little young brother, you look like you're part of this. Are you Issachar? Are you Issachar? Is your dad a so-called Mexican? So you're part of this. This is why you got them ears to hear, man, because you're part of this. You're on this sign. You're part of the 12 tribes. It's called Issachar. That's who you are. You're not a Mexican. You're an Issacharite. You're an Israelite, but you're from the tribe of Issachar. That's who you are. That's who you be. Here, go bring it to him.
John 10 verse 27, my sheep hear my voice.
That's why you've been listening, because he said, my sheep, they hear my voice.
And I know them, and they follow me.
And because you've known Christ from the beginning. All of us, the 12 tribes, we've known him from the foundation of the world. We've known him ever since he created this place. It's just, we've been lied to, and our history's been just erased from us. They just erased our history. That's what they did. But we're out here to wake all the people up, all of God's people up, and tell them who they are. That's why we come out here. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 28 verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
And this is why our people went into slavery, and we got scattered. And we got scattered all over in all these nations. But some of our people, your tribe was here. Issachar, the Gadites, which they call the Native Americans, and the Reubenites, they were all here, and they got them. The Spaniards, they got them over there in Mexico. That's Spaniards mostly. A lot of our people were there, but the ones that's running those countries, that's the Spaniards. And over in Puerto Rico, that's the Ephraimites. That's our brothers from Ephraim. Because all Puerto Rico means is rich port. That's what it means. And they got our brothers over there in Puerto Rico. They're over in Jamaica, the Benjamites, Haiti, the Levites. We're scattered all over. Go ahead.
And his statutes, which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
And this is why this was a commandment. These were the commandments from Moses, but our people didn't want to listen. This is why we're going through this. But he's getting ready to bring us out of it. That's why you're seeing all this stuff going on in the world. He's bringing us out of it. The ones that come back to this, they're going to get saved out of this destruction that's coming. The ones that come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. Because all these people that oppressed us, he's going to punish all of them. He's going to kill them. Read.
Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field. Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store. Cursed shall be the fruit of thy body and the fruit of thy land, the increase of thy kind, and the flocks of thy sheep. Cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out.
But that's only if you don't come back. The ones that keep continuing all this sin, keep doing all their pagan days, keep doing Christmas, Easter, and all these things, they're going to keep being cursed. You got to come back to who you are, the law, statutes, and commandments. You got to come back to him, man. You can't go to church on Sunday because that's worshiping the sun goddess. That's not the day God told us to worship. He said to do it this day. This is the Sabbath, Saturday, not Sunday. All these people pushing that on Sunday, he's going to destroy all of them when he comes. When Christ comes, he's going to destroy all these people for what they're doing. Go ahead.
Verse 48, therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee.
And that's why we've been serving all these people and being underneath them. They're on top of the congregation right now, the 12 tribes of Israel. These people are on top of us because our people didn't want to listen to Moses. This is the only reason, because they didn't want to listen to Moses. Go ahead.
In hunger and in thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things.
And that's why every time we want something, we got to come to the store and get it. We used to have cattle. We used to have land, flocks. We had all kinds of stuff, buffalo. But they took all that stuff from us. This is what happened. This was the curse. Read.
And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he hath destroyed thee.
And that's why we had to go in chains with the yoke of irons on our neck. And this was God telling us and warned us from the beginning, but they didn't want to do it. Here, go ahead. You can read. I'm gonna get him a flyer.
Jeremiah 17 verse 4, and thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
Where are the flyers? Somebody took them out.
They might be in the car.
No, they were in my bag. I had them in my bag. You took them out? I had some in here.
There they are.
Yeah, thank you, man. Here, I'm gonna give you this flyer with our name and stuff. Maybe talk to your dad, your brothers, tell them about us, man. We do studies, and we can bring this history out. Because I know you guys have a good, beautiful history too, like the Aztecas and the Taínos. We know about it. We study, man. We know about Issachar. So you can like Gad and Issachar name, but
What's your dad?
I don't know. He's Mexican, and I think a little bit of German.
but if it's supposed, you look like, because I could tell, man, you got that spirit on you. So your dad's probably Issachar or Gad, which is still the tribes. You guys are part of this. So he's coming, when Christ comes, he's coming for us. And to get all these people that did all this stuff to us. All these people, these wicked people you see, these people hate us, man, most of them. They don't love us. If they did, why would they kill 77 million of the Issacharites? And like 100 million of the Gadites? They killed so many of them. And our people too, during the Atlantic slave trade and the sub-Saharan slave trade. They killed a lot of our people just to get all this. They didn't pay for this. None of this was bought. They stole it all by killing everybody. Yeah, and that's in the Bible. You should get that for them. How they named the lands after their own names. It's actually in the Bible what he said. Get them that one.
Psalms 49 verse 11. Their inward thought is that their houses shall continue forever, and their dwelling places to all generations. They call their lands after their own name.
You didn't know that was in there, huh? So David, the king of Israel, saying this. So yeah, that's what they did. They conquered all the lands and put it under their names. But God is going to take this from them pretty soon. It could happen any day. That's why we come out so much. We come out every Sabbath and preach, and we're always out here.
Out here on Saturday?
Yeah, we come out here. So you tell your dad and your brothers, you got some brothers that come out, man, and we'd love to have you guys come for a study and sit down and show you, because we got other books to back this up too. Not the Bible's the main book. We got other books, historical books. Yeah, the number's on there. So tell your dad, man, about it. So that's what we're trying to do, wake the people up before Christ gets here, so we can all get our kingdom back.
So y'all here every Sabbath?
Every Sabbath. We've been coming out here for like, what, 4 months?
8 months.
It's been that long? No, I thought we were going,
Actually,
not this one.
8 months. This one.
But we were at the other one for a while.
Yeah.
Not 8 months at this one, maybe about, I thought maybe like 4 or 5 months. We were at the other one too. We move around.
August.
Oh, I lost track.
You haven't seen us?
Oh, I've seen you guys one time. I didn't know what it was at first. But yeah, it's actually really cool.
Yeah, but we'd like to get you guys to come out and get with us, man. Get your fringes. You guys know about these. put your fringes on, get out here with us. Huh? Yep, and they wear the ponchos. Issachar like the ponchos, yeah. But they always had their fringes on it with the border of blue. Could read that to them. Why did God say to do it?
Numbers 15, verse 38. Speak unto the children of Israel, and bid them that they make them fringes in the borders of their garments throughout their generations, and that they put upon the fringe of the borders a ribbon of blue. And it shall be unto you for a fringe, that ye may look upon it, and remember all the commandments of the Lord, and do them, and that ye seek not after your own heart and your own eyes, after which ye used to go a whoring.
That's why we do it. So it reminds people not to go against God's laws. So it's a good thing to have, because a person might want to go and drink